సో పర్సనల్ డ్రీమ్స్, ప్రొఫెషనల్ డ్రీమ్స్, కమ్యూనిటీ డ్రీమ్స్. ఎందుకంటే సొసైటీ ఇలా బాగోవాలి, ఉండాలి, నేను ఈ విధంగా గ్రో అవ్వాలి. సో ఇలాగ మనం డ్రీమ్స్ని డిఫైన్ చేసుకుంటాం. జనరల్గా మనం someone is already implemented it. So you need to understand the broad spectrum of worldwide ga em jarugutundi. So dan need enti, so how big your idea or dream can really scalable global view lo. So ఈ 3 వ్యూస్ మెయిన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఆ 2 వ్యూస్ యొక్క కాంటెక్స్ట్ మీకు ఇంకా డెప్త్గా వెళ్తే, సో మైక్రోస్కోపిక్ వ్యూ అన్నది ఆ డెప్త్లో మనం వెళ్ళినప్పుడు చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే మన ఇన్నోవేషన్లో కానీ మన డ్రీమ్లో కానీ ఆ సీక్రెట్ సాస్ ఏంటి? సో ఎందుకంటే అందరూ అన్ని రకాలుగానే చూడగలరు. ఆ స్పెషలైజేషన్ ఏంటి? ఇప్పుడు కేవలం మీరు జస్ట్ ఇమాజిన్, యాపిల్ ఎందుకు వాడుతున్నారు? యాపిల్ ఫోన్స్ ఎందుకు సక్సెస్ఫుల్గా ఎక్కువ మార్కెట్లోకి క్రోర్స్ అమౌంట్ వస్తుంది? సో ద లాజిక్ బిహైండ్ ఇట్, సో దే హ్యాడ్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ స్ట్రాటజీ, దే హ్యావ్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ ఐడియాలజీ. సో దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకుని ఆ లాజిక్ అన్నది ఆల్రెడీ ఆ మైక్రోస్కోపిక్, అంటే మీకు అర్థం కావడం కూడా వ్యూ అని చెప్పాను. ఆ ప్రాసెస్లో మనం ఎప్పుడైనా సరే మన డ్రీమ్కి అది కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలి. సో అంత యూనివర్సల్గా మనం చూడడం, అలాగే మ్యాప్స్లో శాటిలైట్ వ్యూ మనం చూసినప్పుడు మన థాట్ ప్రాసెస్ మారుతుంది. ఒక ఐడియాని మనం ఏ స్కేలబుల్లో మనం చూడగలం. మన డ్రీమ్ నిజంగా సక్సెస్ఫుల్ అవ్వాలి అంటే ఒకే వ్యూలో చూడకుండా డిఫరెంట్ వ్యూస్లో కనుక మనం చూడగలిగితే, సో వీ గెట్ అన్ ఐడియా. సో హౌ ఈజ్ ఇట్ మై డ్రీమ్ ఈజ్ వర్తబుల్ ఆర్ నాట్? సో రియలీ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు డ్రీమ్ బిగ్, వాట్ యూ నీడ్? యూ నీడ్ గుడ్ నెట్వర్క్. ఇజ్ ఇట్ రైట్? సో ఏ హబ్ ఉంది, లేదంటే టీ హబ్ ఉంది. వేరే స్టార్టప్ అయితే ఒక నెట్వర్కింగ్ కావాలి, సో ఎకో సిస్టమ్ కావాలి, అలాగే లైక్ మైండెడ్ పీపుల్ కావాలి. ఇజ్ ఇట్ రైట్? సో రిసోర్సెస్ మనకి, అంటే ఆల్రెడీ రీఇన్వెంటింగ్ ద వీల్ ఇంపార్టెంటా, ఇన్నోవేషన్ ఇంపార్టెంటా? సో విచ్ ఈజ్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్? ఇన్నోవేషన్ ఇంపార్టెంటా, రీఇన్వెంటింగ్ ద వీల్ ఇంపార్టెంటా? ఇన్నోవేషన్. సో ఇన్నోవేషన్లో మనకి స్క్రాచ్, అంటే ఇన్నోవేషన్ చేసినప్పుడు అది మనం స్క్రాచ్ నుంచి చేస్తున్నామా? సో ఇట్స్ ఆల్రెడీ దేర్, సంథింగ్ వీఆర్ రీఇన్వెంటింగ్ ద వీల్. వై? బికాస్ ఇట్స్ ఆల్రెడీ మన డికేడ్స్ బ్యాక్ దేర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ థింగ్స్ వీ డోంట్ నో ప్రెసెంట్ టెక్నాలజీ ప్రకారం. సో అండ్ every time whenever we see something that okay we can do it, but we definitely it's not possible. Why? Because our dreams are not connected with the right people or right networks. ఇప్పుడు టై ఉంది. So how many of you know about టై? Very few people, right? So టై have already a global network. If we don't know where to go, so if we are going through టై, so we get connected to the global network, right? So like people, there are passionate people, they want to serve our community. So whenever you are having some dreams, so you need to be understand what is your dream, so where to defend, what kind of people you needed, so what kind of ecosystems are you needed to support it. So resources ఏం కావాలి? రిసోర్సెస్కి చాలా పెద్ద సబ్జెక్ట్ అది. సో దాంట్లో నేను ఒక్క ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను. ఇన్నోవేషన్, ఎవ్రీబడి నోస్ అబౌట్ ఇన్నోవేషన్, రైట్? సో దేర్ ఈజ్ ఎనీ ఇన్నోవేషన్ ఫార్ములా? Anybody knows innovation formulas? So there is a subject called TRIZ. How many of you know? There is a subject called TRIZ. TRIZ is one of the secret sauce of every innovation, the problem solving skill. So it's innovated by a Russian scientist. Okay, that's not good. So this is one of the problem solving method. So even Samsung, innovation companies, Apple, or so many other companies, Google, everybody use TRIZ. TRIZ is one of the successful formulas. So we need to understand what is the resources available all over the world. So you need to identify what are the possibilities already, techniques. A plus A, B equal to AB, roots, అన్నిటికి ఎలా ఉన్నాయో there are formulas for innovation also. If there are problems in this world, there are 39 types of problems. There are innovation methods are 40. So the one successful formula is one which the combination of metal, chemical, or whatever it is. So we need to understand what exactly how TRIZ works. So TRIZ is an innovation formula. So this is already one of the resource available in all our you can go through మీరు వెబ్సైట్కి వెళ్ళి వెబ్సైట్ దేనికని చెక్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు బి అన్ ఇన్నోవేటర్. సో ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్నోవేషన్ ఫార్ములాస్ ఆ ప్రాసెస్లో ఉన్నాయి. సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఏంటంటే అవి సైంటిస్టుల వరకు అవైలబుల్ ఉంటాయి, బయట కామన్ మ్యాన్స్కి అవైలబుల్ ఉండవు. యూ నీడ్ టు డిగ్, యూ నీడ్ టు రీసెర్చ్, యూ నీడ్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై వాట్ ఆర్ ద రీసోర్సెస్, how already existing companies are following, how existing companies are innovations are patented. So you understand the screen behind the story. So how much time?
It's 2 minutes.
Okay.
First one. కాదు ఇక్కడ కాదు, యూట్యూబ్లో సౌండ్ వస్తుంది చూడు.
So whenever you have a dream, so you need to identify and you need to view what is the type of the dream, how big that size, and how you can scalable, and how it is defined. So whether it is for business or a personal or your thing, and you need to understand. So you need to understand what exactly the formulas, already resources available in the in your dream, and who are already the best resources and givers in the community. And as well as you need to be very clear and crisp, and you need where you are going, because if you are not seeing the view of your journey, your dream journey, so you don't know where you are going. So you need to be very clear the view of your journey, so how big the dream, and as well as the view of your journey of view also. Okay, so thank you all. If anybody have any doubts, I can. ఒకసారి 1 minute, మై ఇది ఒకటి 1 minute. సో అందరూ జనరల్గా నా సెషన్లో ఇది చెప్తాను. కలాం గారు తెలుసు కదా, అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారు వన్ ఆఫ్ ది స్లోగన్. సో ప్లీజ్ రిపీట్ ఇట్. డ్రీమ్ 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 ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ ఇంటూ థాట్స్, థాట్స్ రిజల్ట్ ఇన్ యాక్షన్. రైట్? సేమ్ నేను ఒకసారి చెప్తాను, అందరూ ఒకసారి చెప్పండి. రెడీ? డ్రీమ్ 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 ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ ఇంటూ thoughts and thoughts results in action. So అందుకనే నేను కలాం డ్రీమ్ ల్యాబ్స్ అని పెట్టాను. సో వన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఆర్గనైజేషన్. వై? బికాస్ everybody have a lot of dreams, where you need to experiment, where you need like-minded people to be connected. Okay, so I'm trying to my level best to connect these dots. Thank you. By the way, sir.
I think one thing amazing about you is how you're able to get a lot of crowd behind what work you do. So how do you do that? Like, how do you manage to make that happen? How would you recommend someone to get that support?
I do only two aspects. Transparency. Whatever I do, maybe నాకు కోపం వచ్చినా లేదంటే ఏం చేసినా, everything is clear and upfront. So no hide and seek. Okay, everything is clear. Second is I never compromise on few principles. So whenever I do something, so I have very few principles. ఇప్పుడు వైజాగ్ వాలంటీర్స్కి కొన్ని ప్రిన్సిపల్స్. ఓకే ఈ ఫండమెంటల్స్ స్ట్రక్చర్లో వెళ్ళాలి. ఐ డోంట్ కాంప్రమైజ్, ఎందుకంటే ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్సెస్ చాలాసార్లు మనని కాంప్రమైజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి. సో ఐ డోంట్ కేర్, ఎందుకంటే వైజాగ్లో 20 లక్షల మంది ఉన్నారు. నేను 20 లక్షల మందిని సాటిస్ఫై చేయలేను. 20 లక్షల మందికి నేను నచ్చలేను. సో నా జర్నీ ఫిక్స్. నాతో పాటు రాగలిగిన వాళ్ళు రండి, లేదంటే లేదు, వదిలేస్తాను. ఐ నెవర్, అంటే జనరల్గా ఐ నెవర్ బెగ్ పీపుల్. వై? బికాస్ నాకు రెడ్ షర్ట్ ఇష్టం, వేరేవాడికి బ్లూ షర్ట్ ఇష్టం, వేరేవాడికి ఇష్టం. సో ఐ డోంట్ మైండ్ వెదర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద వే ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ ఇన్ మై జర్నీ. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు బీ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్, ప్లీజ్ జాయిన్. అదర్వైజ్ whoever, even a family or friend, I don't compromise on. కొన్నిసార్లు హట్ అవుతారు, నేనేం చేయలేను, ఎందుకంటే నేను హట్ అవ్వలేను, నా గోల్స్ నేను రీచ్ అవ్వకుండా ఆగిపోలేను. సో దట్స్ హౌ. సమ్ పీపుల్కి వస్తుంది, కోపం ఉంటుంది, కోపం చాలా వస్తాయి, చాలామందికి ఉంటాయి నా మీద. అది. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you, sir, for that enlightening session on unlocking the power of dream big. Now we are going to have an interactive session. Srinivas sir will take through an interactive session on the challenges each audience member is facing with their idea or the startup. So please welcome. Welcome Srinivas sir with a round of applause.
Thank you. Good afternoon. So this is something that we are doing on the fly. There are going to be people who are going to run away.
Filling the space.
Yes, trying to make me feel better that the room is actually full. Thank you. To a large extent, I don't want to exclude people, but it looks like what I'm going to do is probably going to be applicable to people who are young at mind. I'm choosing my words very carefully. So this is what I've thought we should address today is the idea that every single time that we are having these Startup Saturday meetings, we are having a lot of young people come appear here. A lot of people who are young at heart or young in mind show up because they want to learn and learn from all the other people sharing their thoughts, sharing their views, sharing their experiences and all of that. And it's something that has been, I wouldn't say bothering me, but I would say something that I keep wondering. There are a lot of people, young people who are coming, they sit here quietly, they listen, and then they walk away, and we don't get to hear anything about whether they got something out of this and what they're planning to do with it. While this is not a survey, I can't ask you to tell me, okay, what did you get from this and all of that, because that's not going to be a very interesting activity, and also it might have its own challenges. What I'd like to do instead is that I actually like to get you into groups with a couple of other people, and I'd like you to come back from your group, and each group is going to tell me the youngest person in that group by age. Some of you have to disclose your age in this matter. If you don't want to, then you can always lie. That person is going to tell the other one or two people in that team what is stopping them from doing what they want to accomplish, especially this startup dream. Right? Especially a startup dream. So if you already have a startup and you have made progress in there, you are probably going to, and you find yourself in a situation where in your group, every one of the persons there is already an entrepreneur and you're already doing things. Then what you're going to think about is step back and think about, what were the things that were holding you back before you finally decided to start. Okay? And for those of you who did not start and who are coming here for inspiration or coming here with the intent of, at one time I'm going to start I will become an entrepreneur. At some point in the future, I want you to now think about and actually verbalize your thoughts and share it with your team members so that they can help you fine-tune that a little bit more so that you're able to clearly express yourself and say, this is what is stopping me, or this is my biggest fear. Right? And that's something that I'd like you to do. Are you clear? Excellent. So, the way that I need to divide this is to make sure that I get people who are okay, first let me get the numbers right. 4 and 7, 9. Sorry. 18, 20, 25. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So please count up to 9 and I'll point to you, then only count the next number.
1, 2, 3, 4,
You are 3.
3,
5, 6,
7, 8, 9.
no, you're starting from 1.
3, 4, 5, 6,
7,
8,
9,
10,
1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right. So 8 and 9 will have only 2 people. Let's see if somebody walks in and we'll challenge them with how you are going to explain whatever I told you. But this is what we'll do. The ones are going to be here. So Alok stays wherever he is. Praveen stays wherever he is. 3s are going to be there. 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9. Or rather 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Need to shift one place behind you. See, a 3, no? Go all the way to the back. Stay. Yeah, stay. 5.
5.
1. All the ones, please raise your hand. 1's over here. 3's over there.
5.
1 step back. You are done. We'll change. 1 step back. Missing a 6 here. Yeah. 6. He was looking for it.
Right.
Raviteja, change places with him. You're here. Eight. 9, go back 1 step, please. The chair is broken. Actually, why don't the 2 of you join, or 4 of you, into one team? Meera kade kuchha. You're fine. I will just. Okay, so get started. By the way, so just so that you're clear, may I have your attention for one more minute? Just so that you're clear. Before you get started with whatever I've told you, which I will repeat once again very fast, I won't take that much time this time. But the first thing that I expect you to do is I expect you to introduce yourself to the other people in your group. Right? Get to know them, as in who they are, what is their name, what do they do, where are they from, and something interesting about them would be really nice to have. Right? Then, Then what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to talk about either what you have already faced while you're starting your company, or if you're a student or if you're a graduate and waiting to start a company, what is it that you are fearing? What is it that you are afraid of, or what is stopping you from getting started? It might be one thing, it might be 10 things. Just make a list of them, and once you're done, you can share those over here. Okay? Clear? Go ahead. You can, yes, you have to turn around.
ఇంకోటి అడిగారు ఎందుకు అవుతున్నారని ఎందుకు అవుతుందంటే ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ డ్రోన్స్ అనేది పెట్టాలి ఫస్ట్ రీసెర్చ్ చేయాలి టైం ఉంటుంది ప్లస్ అమౌంట్ కూడా ఉంటుంది ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ సో ఈ 5 years రెండు చూసుకుంటారు రెండు ఒక సెట్ అవుతుంది స్టార్ట్ మీ రాను కారణం ఏంటి మీకు వాట్సాప్లో ఒక ఛానల్
అది రెడీ అవుతుంది. లింక్డ్ఇన్లో
Shall we finish in about 2 minutes? You didn't even get started? Wow. The people who finished. Varun is really fast. To the point.
అది పెడదాం
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
ఇలాగే తీసుకెళ్ళాలి. స్టాప్ అంటే స్టాప్ అయిపోయి పాజ్ అవ్వట్లేదు.
One of you.
పాజ్ అది
Sir. One of you is enough. Most you don't need to do that.
సార్ అక్కడ పెట్టేసి
Seconds, so that you can present them. Okay, hands up. Have a seat. Those of you who are standing. All right. So, if you can, if I can request the people to wind up. Yeah, so move back to your place so that it's that way you won't take it. Alright, so I would like to remind you of what our meeting leader today mentioned when he got started. In order to make sure that everybody gets the attention that they deserve, please make sure that you're listening to the person speaking here rather than you continuing your conversations wherever you are. Alright, so who wants to go first? By the way, it's not limited to any one person in that group of three. If you want all three of you to speak, you are welcome to speak, but youngest in mind, I said. So I don't know if Geeta constitutes the youngest in mind or not.
Any contest?
No, there's not. You want to go? Akash will take 2 minutes.
Hello everyone, I'm Geeta from Cloud Karya. నేను చెప్పాలి అనుకుంటుంది I want to speak in Telugu because I can clearly address what I faced in my life. సో బేసిక్గా చెప్పాలి అంటే ఇక్కడ చాలా మందికి ఫేస్ చేశారో లేదో తెలియదు, నేనైతే ఫేస్ చేశాను గైడెన్స్. ఒక గైడెన్స్ లేక చాలా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఫేస్ చేసాం. 10th అయిన తర్వాత వీ హ్యావ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఫేస్, బట్ ఎటు వెళ్ళాలో తెలియదు అందరికీ. కొంతమంది ఏమో ఇంట్లో అందరూ చెప్పారు కదా అని చెప్పి ఎంపీసీ తీసుకొని వెళ్ళిపోతారు, కొంతమంది ఏదో చేయాలి కదా అని చెప్పి బైపీసీ వైపు వెళ్ళిపోతారు, కొంతమంది చార్టెడ్ అకౌంటెంట్స్ ఎంఈసీ తీసుకొని వెళ్ళిపోతారు. బట్ మిగతా గ్రూప్స్ వల్ల కూడా యూజ్ ఉంటుంది, బట్ సమ్ పీపుల్కి హిస్టరీ మీద ఇష్టం, బట్ దే డోంట్ నో వాట్ టు డూ. సో అందరూ ఎంపీసీ తీయమన్నారు కదా అని చెప్పి ఎంపీసీ తీసుకొని వెళ్ళిపోతారు. సరే ఎంపీసీ అయ్యింది, ఇంటర్వ్యూ అయిపోయింది, ఏం చేద్దాం నెక్స్ట్? ఇంజనీరింగ్. మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద పీపుల్ గో టు ఇంజనీరింగ్. ఇంజనీరింగ్కి వెళ్ళామంటే 2 groups, either CSE or mechanical. Boys goes to mechanical, girls obviously choose CSE. Yeah, either కొంతమంది ఏంటంటే మేము అన్ని 4 years చదవలేము, సో మాకు 3 years చాలా అనుకొని చాలా మంది డిగ్రీలో సెటిల్ అయిపోతారు, నాలాంటి వాళ్ళు. సో వెళ్తారు, వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళకి కొన్ని అంటే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటాయి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నాకు ఏంటంటే మేనేజ్మెంట్ సైడ్ ఇష్టం, కొంచెం డిజైనింగ్ అంటే ఇష్టం, బట్ ఐ హ్యావ్ నో గైడెన్స్. ఎటు వెళ్ళాలో తెలియదు, ఏం చేయాలో తెలియదు. Oh, sorry.
That's what she's saying. No, she doesn't know which way to go.
If you can remember, tell 2 points about him, 2 points about me. That's it.
Oh,
so
sorry.
that in short time, what you know about others.
Okay. I'm just thinking that what first problem that we face.
First mention.
Yeah, that's why I'm mentioning that. సో గైడెన్స్ లేక చాలా మంది ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఫేస్ చేస్తారు. సో నాకు ఆ గైడెన్స్ లేదు బేసిక్గా స్టార్టింగ్లో ఉండేటప్పుడు. లేటర్ దట్ ఐ జాయిన్ ఇన్ ఇంటర్న్ యాజ్ అప్లైన్ ఇన్ఫో టెక్నాలజీస్. సతీష్ సార్ దగ్గర మెంటరింగ్ జాయిన్ అయ్యాను. దెన్ ఆన్వర్డ్స్ ఐ గాట్ దట్ ఏం చేయాలి, ఎలా చేయాలి అని చెప్పి ఒక క్లారిటీ వచ్చింది. నౌ ఐఎమ్ గుడ్, అండ్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ అని చెప్పాలో లేకపోతే ఏం చెప్పాలో నాకు తెలియదు. విత్ హిమ్ ఐఎమ్ నౌ వర్కింగ్ ఇన్ యాజ్ ఇన్ క్లౌడ్ కార్య. థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ టాకింగ్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్
I'm Gopi, medical doctor and also working in startup space. Myself have one enterprise in sports medicine, sports management, another in social enterprise. Then here, incubators also require incubation and fantastically appreciate bringing different things. And also sometimes some things look forced on us, like form into groups. So that's 15 seconds is done, but rest is 15 seconds. Let me say, in this brief experiment that he has encouraged members to do, I was made to sit with two wonderful people, and one Praveen, Mr. Praveen. I'm knowing the name and the domain for the first time because of this particular interaction. Praveen has been in construction in Vizag. He has seen certain limitations in the manpower, their attitudes, aptitudes, and that's where he thought that the skills and the aptitudes are more important for the city and the work, and he shifted from building buildings, constructing buildings, into building people. He joined her to build skills. That's what I understood. And I had Geeta besides me. She has specifically identified that growth and advice, the guidance was most missing in the campuses. Classes are there, but they're taking classes, but not guiding as much. So she is now part of an organization which is trying to give guidance or something like that. So she has felt the need, and she is part of an organization trying to solve that. She also has got some interest in arts. That's what I could know about the two people sitting besides me, courtesy this program. In this program, yeah, that's it. Over.
Thank you. Who wants to go next? You move fast.
Yeah. So, I think it was about what is holding us back. So, the three things that emerged in the discussion that we had. My introduction quickly. I am Varun. I am the co-founder of Green Jams. We make carbon negative building materials from crop residues. So we have this space in our hub, and that's our engagement. The other two folks I have in my team. One person is in third year AU. He has already built a product. It's a working app. He's also made money in third year, which is amazing.
Where is the monkey?
And we have one person who's working at Infosys Hyderabad. He's also a volunteer at Mr. Satish's organization, better volunteers. He's one of the leads in the particular case. So three things that basically each funds what has been holding us back. Starting with mine, it was opportunity cost when I started. If I was pursuing my career as a lawyer, I would have made a lot more money when I was starting off. So I was worried whether this is going to work out or not. That was my first fear, which is opportunity cost. Second is knowledge, which is what our student entrepreneur team has, which is basically whether can I make this a business or not, whether I can build it or not. That's basically what is practice. And lastly, time. Because of him being very active in the volunteering space, also having a full-time job, he doesn't have enough time to make a product in that sense. So these are the three things that is stopping us in terms of expanding or building the
You don't get up, somebody else is going to come.
Yeah, walk it. Go grab the thing. Just wait.
Go and grab the opportunity.
Hello everyone, I am student of Andhra University, third year, CSC. So the key issue of today's meeting is what's stopping us to come here, or what's stopping us to keep a startup or a idea to implement. Actually, we are thinking about first of all, I met two people here. One from Gayatri Vidya Parishad and one from marketing company actually. Sorry. And the lack of actually we are about networking. When we want to start a startup or we want to work on our idea, first we have to get some idea about what people are doing around us, or what Vizag is on. So
we think about networking, we start know about hub and some events like Startup Saturdays. So we are starting attending this, but when we know that, but we think how people are good about this. Is really people are getting into the startup field. So as we see, the seats are empty. So the seats are empty, and people are not coming regularly, but people are interested in. So the main fear is if we start anything like this, is people are really come here. That was the main fear we faced here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Meghna. So, my fears, first of all, I would like to tell my goal, then I'll tell what's stopping me. So, I want to settle in the field of data science, and what's stopping me is two things. One thing, the first one is market needs. Every day, the market changes, and the skills we require as employees also changes. So, adjusting according to the market needs and finding the ikigai at the right time. Have you heard about ikigai? Anyone who have not heard about ikigai? I'll explain it to you. So, finding the ikigai. Finding the ikigai at the right time is very essential. So these are the two things that are stopping me. And it's nice to meet Alok sir and Jagan here. I like to interact with new people. So thanks. Thank you everyone.
Anything that you want to add?
Hello everyone, my name is Rajas. I'm a student at Andhra University. Now getting into the two guys that I met. First is Satish sir, and speaking of Satish sir, I got to know about the Kalamdev Labs and his organizations, and another one is Raviteja. He got a startup, and the main thing is that for the drawback is whenever I want to head a startup, means that the first thing is lack of research in it, because if I know I get an idea or if I get a domain, I have to first research in it and then do it. So the thing is that I just get excited to do that, but the main thing is we have to get dig into it and research or terms of any exposure, or if you're doing a domain, first dig out the ones who have excelled in the domain so that you can get some guidance or knowledge, etc. So that's it.
Would it be fair to summarize that as that you need more consistency in your research?
Hi everyone. Myself Pawan. నేను వైజాగ్ నుంచే బేసికలీ ఐ డన్ మై గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ మోస్ట్లీ ఇన్ నార్థన్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కంట్రీ సో ఐ వర్క్ విత్ couple of MNCs, very good MNCs, and then I wanted to serve the country directly, associating with the system. So then that's when I prepared for civils, but I couldn't make it to the system. Then I started working with MNC again. So I've had this idea of starting my own company and working on a product of my own. But then because of all the career goals, I couldn't do that for a long time. But last year I got an opportunity to get associated with IIM Vizag for one of the cohorts. So that's when I wanted a confirmation for my idea. So that's when I floated my idea to the IIM, and then it got approved, and I was part of the cohort for a long time, and they've mentored us. So my startup, I would not call it a startup because it was still in an ideation stage, and I did not register yet. I still have the fear. The one thing that still stops me is I feel that there is still something that requires for me to start that action. Maybe financially, or some family pressure or some other thing. So I'm still in the dilemma because I do a lot of things apart from the work. I teach civils, I teach IAS, and I teach underprivileged kids, and then I also work for an MNC, and I'm also a political IT support guy for one of the national parties in the country. So with all this, I'm little busy, so that's why I couldn't start my startup journey. But this is a great way to get that inspiration again and get back on track. So it's nice to meet my two more teammates or my group mates. They're very young, and I was telling them one is in the final year of his college, and the other his name is Janakiram, and the other one is in the first year of the college. Her name is Madhu. So both of them are very brilliant, and they want to do something, but they are still not yet figuring out. So they are still like me, who wants to do but not able to do. So I gave them the advice that don't do the mistake that I've done. So that was the interaction that we had. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Some declarations are being made and we are.
I got it.
Right, so we have 2 more left. If we can take 1 minute each for saving the best for last. Yes. Is that what it is?
I am Praveen from currently pursuing mechanical final year GVP, and I want to start up called Drones for Life. Means leveraging drone technologies for the people's problems in every domain of life. And I have met my teammates Sahil, Tejashwini, and Sri Babu, where Sahil and Tejashwini are BBA undergraduates, where Sahil is a first year undergraduate, she is a final year, and they were the social media volunteers of AHAP, and Sri Babu is a electrical contractor based on Gurudwara. And my startup, I have drawbacks like, first of all, research, second thing is time, and third thing is teammates. Thank you.
So what is it? What do you mean by teammates?
Searching for the
Are able to find the right people to work along with you?
Good afternoon all. My name is Prem Kumar and I am BTech final year student in engineering college. And
He doesn't want to mention it. Why are you quoting?
Same.
It's a similar type.
so I came here and I in a team of 2 respectable teammates.
I told you.
One is Rajesh sir and one is Divakar sir. They both have an amazing career journey till now. And so on the topic, what is stopping me is I discussed with them. Then I came to an understanding that I'm in the lack of motivation. So we three have discussed and I decided, and what I did not find it what is inspiring me, and I'm in a journey to find the perfect thing which inspires me. So I'm coming to one of the teammate Rajesh sir. He is in the teaching journey and he is in the IT professional also. So he is also lacking one thing, like as he discussed with us, he is lacking in mentorship, in materialistic the startup ideas. And coming to Divakar sir, he is an excellent administrator and it's all thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So now we know certain declarations that are being made by the incubation manager that we need to report back to the CEO and say, okay, at least Ravi needs to be telling you these, he's not telling you, so you're asking for these from other people. Anyway, jokes apart, obviously something came through so well in a span of 7-8 minutes that he's decided to declare you as an able administrator, and just as somebody was declared as a brilliant person. Yeah, well, anybody who's roaming around in the middle of the night, all through the night, must be brilliant if you're not able to go to college. All right, So here's the list that I have from all of you from team number 1, where the idea is more about, market keeps shifting and I don't know where to start or where to stop. And Ikigai is what you wanted us to learn about. For the first couple of minutes, I was wondering who this Iki guy is. And then I realized, oh, okay. Sorry, he didn't know Japanese. Geeta mentioned, team number 2, Geeta mentioned mentoring as something that others have also mentioned. I'm just trying to quickly read things out to summarize. Time, knowledge, and opportunity cost are sorry, I went back that way. Are the 3 that were mentioned by Varun and your friends here. Networking and research from basically knowledge and trying to figure out what's going on and trying to understand that, and also gain that from networking is something that you mentioned. Lack of knowledge and therefore more research and consistency in doing that research. Motivation, a lack of motivation, or and basically search for perfection. Then we have career goals plus other things are coming in the way of, well, where do I start? Can I start? I need to start from a point where I'm comfortable. And finally, research, time, and team are the 3 that were mentioned. There are, I'm trying to convince my partner in Envisioning, Praveen. He is a nationally certified trainer. And if you ask around and people in Vizag, some people already know, of course. If you ask around people in Vizag for, hey, tell me a good trainer, usually the name that comes up is his. And I won't say anything more because I know him, and also now that you know that he's also my partner in an organization, you're probably going to think that I'm promoting and whatever. So I'll stop there. But there's a 90% likelihood that he will come and take a session on the 4th of November for us, and this time we're actually going to do it in a formal, rather than a speech, we'll do a training session, right? And you want me to not say the topic now because you want to finalize, or I actually felt that it's relevant to what we are. So the topic that he is going to be talking to us, or rather training us in, is facing our fears. Face your fears. And one of the things that we all discussed, all of you discussed today, is what are the fears that are stopping you from moving ahead. So I've blocked him. I've been blocking his time for 2 months, but finally he gave the time slot. So that's one that we're going to have. There are a couple of startups that were supposed to come today. They didn't, so we'll have to do that hopefully in the next one on the 4th of November. There are 2 things that I wanted to mention as feedback based on what I have learned so far. There are lots of things that we do, and there are lots of plans that I have made. And one of the biggest problems that I can tell you, or failures, one of my biggest failures is a lack of carrying through. Not carrying through and not going and addressing that by getting started. So if you are saying I'm going to wait for that perfect moment when I should start, if you are saying that when I have enough knowledge and all the knowledge I'll start, if you are saying that only when I find a great mentor then I'll start, then I would ask you to rethink what you're thinking. And because it's my current suggestion to most people, especially the young people who come to us, is fail fast. Start, fail, start and fail, because if you see most of the people who are successful in their entrepreneurial journey, especially those who are first time entrepreneurs and as in first generation entrepreneurs, and you're going to find that more than 80, my take on this, more than 80% of them are actually over 30 years of age. You don't find anybody who's done extremely well in their life in terms of a name and reputation and money and all of that, but being below 30. There are very few who have been able to accomplish that. So think about that. I can go on and on, but I don't want to because we're already past the time. Every time we are doing this activity, there are two things that, two reasons why we are doing this. Reason number one, which I have to admit, we suddenly find ourselves in a situation where the startups and idea pitches that people said they would do, they drop out in the last minute. And so this is a stopgap measure that we came up with literally earlier today. Okay? Having said that, this is something that we do because we want people are coming here every time and they get to listen, they follow our request and they're actually very patient and listen attentively. And then when you step outside, you're at most talking to one person or two persons. You're not really talking to everybody. And trying to do something like this actually improves the connect, and so hopefully your networking improves is the second one. Third, by the way, Dasara holidays have started for AU. And so if you see that there are only 25 people here, 26, that's because of the Dasara holidays. Otherwise, of late we've been having a minimum of 50 participants that show up in every meeting. Okay? Not an excuse, I'm just telling you. Irrespective of whether we have 2 people or we have 70 people, we do these meetings. It just happens. Over to the meeting later. Thank you for the time.
Thank you all for your participation in today's meeting. We encourage you to share your thoughts and suggestions on how we can further improve these meetings. Your feedback is greatly appreciated and will be taken into consideration as we endeavor to make each subsequent gathering even better. Few announcements. Our next Startup Saturday meeting will be on 4th November. Our monthly Ideathon and Talent Show event on 9th November. Our next hackathon will be on 25th and 26th of November on the theme of tribal welfare. We will finalize the date for the first in the series of entrepreneurship workshops in Telugu and English shortly. If you are interested in attending, please watch the Startup Saturdays WhatsApp group for the announcement and registration form. Thank you, and I wish you a delightful weekend ahead. Please.
We're not going to give them a chance to idea.
Open mic, sir.
Yeah.
I thought we are out of time. Okay.
No, ask. Sorry. If Diwakar allows us to do this, we should.
When did I become the boss?
No, because
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. You have.
Cutting.
Respectable Diwakar, sir.
Okay, I'll talk to Tarun.
Varun. Don't talk to Tarun. He won't do it. Sorry, but if you have 3 minutes, if you can spare 3 additional minutes, what we would like to do is every meeting we have an open mic session for 5 minutes. We want to give at least one person a chance who's got an idea and wanted to come and share today, but did not get a chance. We don't want to send them home disappointed. So we are giving you an opportunity. If you have an idea that you want to quickly come and share, you get a chance to speak for 1 minute. Sorry for taking over. And then we'll come through. 1, 2, if anyone has ideas. That's all.
Hello.
So, as I said, Kalam Dream Labs is about building a lot of startup ecosystem. Chala activities. I have an idea. So I need co-founders. Why? Because one idea అయితే చాలా ఈజీగా చేయొచ్చు జనరల్గా సో మెనీ ఐడియాస్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి సో ఐఎమ్ లుకింగ్ ఫర్ అన్ co-founders. So where interests are into real estate, not in exactly real estate, it's into the construction field. So especially it's into the construction field. So it's all about understanding everybody knows about Just Dial and everything, right? So Just Dial is they are selling leads, okay, but actually they are not connecting the leads. So I am trying to build an ecosystem for connecting the leads through the online only, especially for construction industry. So this is like a subscription model concept. So we are planning. It's like as initially now understanding the whole ecosystem. Now I am trying to build that ecosystem. I am especially looking for the co-founders. Why? Because I am involved in so many things. So that's why I'm not able to spend some time also. But our team already working on it. So if anybody are interested, please let me know.
Anyone else? Two things that there is a workshop that we are conducting on the 31st of October on problem solving and ideation. For this is for select students of colleges that want to participate. Only 5 colleges, 8 students from each college. So anybody who is interested, please contact the respectable Devakar sir for more details. And well, he's been building Rome, so we have to respect Romans here. So, the second thing is that Telugu version that Raviteja just talked about. There are people who said we want to know more about government grants, government schemes, government subsidies and so on. And so that Telugu language session was also supposed to be happening on the 31st. We are probably going to move it to the 4th of November because of certain, because the facilitators, the resource persons are available only then. With that, back to Raviteja.
One more announcement. We have a design thinking workshop on 28th October at American Corner. And also we have, you have snacks and refreshments outside. Please don't bring in. And please join us for a group photo.
Stop this.